What's up, YouTube? PoklePrimer here. Prime ready to deliver you our Week 9 Team Builder here in PRD. This week we are taking on Samuel and the Perilous Morpekos, and oh god. This is one of, if not the toughest matchup of the whole season. By far. He is 7-1. Which I think is ridiculous. I don't know if he took this team over. I don't remember who all was in at the beginning. I think he was here from the beginning. But he's 7-1 and fairly consistent. Most of his wins have been 3 and 4-0s. He only had one that dropped down to a 2-0, but everything else has been 3 and 4-0s. So he's been incredibly consistent on top of having a ridiculously strong team. And that strong team, as you can see on the screen, consists of G-Max Cinderace with Libero, Kieran Black is his Uber, so that doesn't mean he can Dragon Dance, Mandibuzz as his A tier, he's got Alakazam and Rotom Wash in B tier, he's got Crobat, Gastrodon, and Machamp in C tier, Braviary, Aggron, and Galarian Corsola in D tier, and then he has Druddigon as a Dynamax captain. Where do I begin with this? G-Max Cinderace with Libero is stupid. Fucking stupid. The Mon's dumb. It's a stupid Pokemon. It's so strong for no freaking reason. I hate it. I hate that this Mon exists. What the hell? G-Max Cinderace with Libero is ridiculously broken. So that's going to be bullshit to face, because it gets access to Max Airstream, it gets access to Max Knuckle, then it just has its G-Max Fireball signature move that's just going to nuke whatever doesn't resist it to death. So that's pleasant. Kieran Black is already ridiculously strong, and then you give it Dragon Dance, and well, fuck your day. Sorry, have a nice day, you're dead. He's got crazy good defensive options with Mandibuzz, Rotom Wash, Gastrodon, Aggron, Corsola. He's not bringing Druddigon. He'll be bringing G-Max Cinderace without a doubt in my mind. Machamp nukes through things by itself as well. Alakazam hits way too freaking hard. This is just a matchup where it's like, if I can win this, yeah, I'm going to feel incredibly proud of myself. But if I don't win this one, I'm, like, accepting of it, okay? I accept that this is a matchup that I don't believe that I can win. I don't particularly feel like this is a matchup that I have a chance in at all. Let's put it as simply as we can put it. I don't feel any confidence in this matchup. But I'm certainly going to give it my best shot. So, first Mon we are bringing is Subtoxic, Surf, Ice Beam, Leftovers, Seaman the Kyogre, Max HP, 80 defense, and 176 speed with a Timid Nature. The speed is to allow us to outpace Max Speed Braviary, I believe that is for. The goal is to basically just kind of force something out and get a sub up. That's the goal. And if I can force something out and get a sub, get behind a sub, we can then deal with the things that typically would switch into us with, like, Toxic. We can spread Toxics onto, like, Rotom Wash, Gastrodon specifically. Those are the ones that are most likely switch-ins to us. Kieran Black could also be a switch-in to us as well, which being able to Toxic that thing would be great. And then we could try to whittle it down a little bit with Ice Beam if we get the chance. Obviously, I'd be scared of Fusion Bolt, but, we can still try. Getting behind a sub would also be great for, like, Cinderace. Lets us get a free hit on Cinderace. It's just, it's not going to be easy to do it. It's not going to be an easy thing to do. I know that. I'm aware of the situation. But if I can get behind the sub, I can sub up in front of things like Corsola as well, if it shows up, and I can hopefully start to whittle some things down. That's kind of the goal here with this, is just to get some things whittled. Fingers crossed we can pull that off. Next up, we are bringing our Dynamax captain, Kuwabara, the Escavalier this week. The Akaberry, we have max HP. When we are Dynamax, we actually live a G-Max Fireball from Cinderace, which is great. We have 172 attack with a Adamant Nature. So, the thing about this is, I want to get this thing up in rain. That's the goal. Because if I get this thing going in rain, a max liquid, or a max, what the fuck's the water one? Max Geyser. Max Geyser off of Razor Shell, Oko's G-Max Cinderace. Pretty much Oko's, if it's a fire type, which it would most likely be a fire type because it would be trying to kill me, with the move, with the fireball move thing. And even if it doesn't go for the fireball move and say fire type, this still does like well over like 70% to it. It's also banking on us not already having a defense boost from like a max steel spike on something else. This thing helps us deal with Kyurem Black incredibly well. We have Mega Horn because the max Flutterbys will lower some special attacks, which is great. And it's just a really strong stab move to click. And then Knockoff Max Darkness is fine here for Corsola, but it's also here specifically because we want to knock the Corsola off. We're running enough speed to outpace the Corsola, because more than likely it won't be running any speed investment. So that's kind of the plan with that. So we can knock off Gate Room, it's Eviolite if the scenario arises. Now, obviously, we have to be careful because it could just try to Will-O-Wisp us, but that's just something we have to be careful about. And of course, we're running Shell Armor because we do not want to be critically hit. That's pretty much the whole point of that. Next up, we have Yusuke, the Silvally Water, obviously holding the Water Memory. This is kind of like another slight way of being able to deal with Cinderace. Multi-attack does a crazy amount of damage to it, especially in the rain, but this thing is meant to come in on Cinderace and click T-Wave. Because if we click T-Wave, we can paralyze the Cinderace, and even if it gets speed boosts and stuff, it makes it so that it's a lot easier for us to deal with going forward, so that's pretty good. I have the Grass Pledge because I want to make sure that I can just deal, like, Gastrodon can't wall this. Even if he goes into Gastrodon on a multi-attack, I can just Grass Pledge it immediately afterwards. And not care. Also helps me deal with Rotom a little bit better. Because I can hit that with a Grass Pledge as well. And then I have Parting Shot. Parting Shot just to kind of keep things in check. I will Parting Shot on Kyurem every time. I will Parting Shot out from the Cinderace after I paralyze it. I will do whatever I can to keep things whittled and weakened so that the rest of my team members don't just die immediately to something. Because, frankly, this team is designed to just kill whatever's in front of it. So, next up we have Genkai, the Mienshao with the Choice Scarf for Generator. Ability. Close Combat, Stone Edge, Knock Off, and U-Turn. CC does a crazy amount of damage to this team. The only thing that really, is okay with taking a Close Combat, obviously, is the Corsola, but also the Crobat, which is fine. That's why we have the Stone Edge. If Crobat's there, we can predict it to come in and smack it with the Stone Edge as well. Get some good damage off there. We have the knockoff, so we can catch the Corsola if it's switching in. And then U-turn to keep up momentum. This thing is designed to outpace the Kyurem Black. This is our, if Kyurem Black is +1, we go Mienshao and click Close Combat and not think. Because if we don't have something like that, then Kyurem Black just wins, and that's not good. So we needed Genkai this week to make sure that Kyurem Black does not just win the game. This matchup sucks. Next we have Botan, the Cresselia with the Flame Orb, Levitate ability. Calm Mind, Psychic, Moonblast, and Moonlight. max HP, 244 defense, bold nature, and 12 in speed. 12 in speed is for the Rotom Wash, so you kind of set up Calm Eyes in front of that thing. Now, the reason we are Flame Orb is because there's a lot of things on this team that I definitely feel like would try to Toxic us. Mandibuzz, Rotom, potentially Crobat, Corsola. No, I don't think Corsola doesn't get Toxic. It only gets Will-O-Wisp. Yeah, a lot of things on the team that might want to Toxic us. So having the Flame Orb allows us to just get burned immediately. And then, like, yeah, we had the chip damage, but that's fine. We can heal that off. We're incredibly physically defensive, so we do chew hits from everything on the team. And then once we get a Calm Mind or two up, we chew hits on the special side as well. So I'm not super worried about that aspect. We have the Moonlight to keep ourselves healthy. Basically, this can win if I can get a Calm Mind or two up. I just have to be really careful about it. But hopefully we can get a Calm Mind or two up and we can actually break through some of his mons with this, because this mon scares me. This mon really scares me. This team really scares me. This mon should scare him, but this team scares me. And last but not least, we have Hiei, the Moltres, the Galarian Moltres with the Yachi Berry, Berserk ability, Agility, Hurricane, Fiery Wrath, and Nasty Plot. We have running the Dual Dance set this week. 148 speed at 278. I don't remember what that outspeed. I think this is so that we can outspeed. I think +1. Go to +2 with agility. That gets us to 556. Does that outspeed? Let me actually. I don't like running these calcs live for you guys, but does that outspeed? Yes, that outspeeds a +1 Cinderace. So just in case it gets a max Airstream off, we'll be able to outspeed it after an agility. Nasty Plot allows us to just nuke through things. And Hurricane plus Fire Wrath from Dual Stab. Once we are faster than like everything on their team, this thing can rip holes as long as we land our Hurricanes. Which we do need to have Hurricane, because Hurricane's our best bet to deal with Cinderace. It's a stab neutral option against pretty much all the types that it can transform into. The only thing that it can transform into that would resist the Hurricane would be Electric if it was running Energy or Electro Ball, which I highly doubt that he would be running. So that's good for us at least, because at least with Fiery Wrath, like obviously I can't hit him super effectively if he goes Fighting type for Max Knuckles. So I want to make sure that I can hit him as hard as possible, with no matter what type he goes into, or if he goes Dark type as well. With like a Max Darkness or something. But this just hits everything on his team. Nothing resists both. So that's good for us. Hopefully this thing can put in some work. The Yachi Berry is so that maybe we can live a hit from Kyurem and like kind of set up in front of it a little bit. That's the goal. Again, it's not a great plan, but it's better than nothing. We have a decent amount of bulk, a lot of natural bulk, so hopefully we can get lucky. And yeah, that's the hopes with Galarian Moltres. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Stay tuned for the battle tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching. And until next time, I'm PoklePrimer, signing off.